welcome along and welcome back to the Old Stream Farm. Today, well, we've got a little bit of a lull on the farm. What we're going to be doing is getting started on doing some contracts. First, we need to get the sheep fed. We've got a little bit of, well, we've got a lack of food for them. I think we're all right for our chickens at the moment. But our sheep definitely are in need of some feeding. So let's drop this off up the top. Like so. Come down a level. And then switch over to this. Yeah, putting stuff on the bottom shelf that is consumables, I think is a really good way to go with this. Whereas putting them up on a higher shelf just gets us a bucket full of lime. Let's pop into here, grab 3 of these hay bales, and we're going to put all 3 of these in with the sheep. I think they should be okay in there. We're getting fairly far on the sheep as well, as far as some more wool goes. So we've got to clear that out in the near future. Let's take these into here. And this will then start to unload those. Yep. Yeah, there we go. And then we just need to move the top one, which is floating in air. And drop that in as well. That should take a fair amount of that too. Yeah, another 500 litres gone into that. So we'll wait for that to be consumed a bit. And then we'll come and do that later. What I want to do, though, as I said, is want to get some contracts done today. Get a little bit of money in. We should be okay. We are not in a position where the where we need to do anything to the vines anymore. I had thought, and I had bought a whole load of fertilizer because I thought the vines were going to need to be fertilized. But if we have a look in here, they are on the darker level of fertilized. So yeah, it seems like it's all good with the vines at the moment. So no need for anything on there as far as fertilizer go. Let's put the forks back on here because we're going to move the wool later. For now, though, what we're going to go and do is just park this back up in the shed, and then we will head up to the shop because I want to take on a contract or two and make a fair amount of money. So a couple of things. One, this car has been fixed. The update, the 1.71 update has fixed it. We're getting a little bit of stuttering still because of the update. As it recreates various shaders, such as the ones for the inside of this car, it is doing a bit of that. But otherwise, it seems to be doing okay. But yes, no longer bright pink interiors in my disco. It's the textures have been fixed, which is great. The second is that we actually want a contract. So the contracts we're going to go for today are these two, Field 37 and Field 14. I'm going to borrow the equipment for Field 37 because it's got a big class Xerion on it. And yeah, I really fancy having a go with that. So we'll borrow the items for that one. And then Field... Sorry, I think it was 48, not 14. Yeah, 48 is 14,000, which is a similar amount. So we are going to just accept that contract. So that means we want to do Field 14 first. We're going to go round and mow everything first as well. Yeah, look at the size of this piece of kit. I've not used one of these yet, so I'm rather looking forward to this. But yeah, this is more than capable of running that. And it's pretty maneuverable as well. So we've got to TED this after this. In fact, I think I know what I'm going to do. We're going to hook this up. And I'm just going to run back to the farm and grab the G-Series. Because if we can get the G-Series Vultra... actually, no. The G-Series Vultra following behind this will not make any difference because it won't be wide enough. So, yeah, let's go do this. What we might do is get the G-Series Vultra going afterwards. Maybe put Courseplay on here and do that. First, though, we need to find out where Field 14 is. Field 14... sorry, I keep saying 14. It's not. It's 48 and 37. So we want to go and do 48 first. Yeah, Field 14 is the one that's right by our farm and is tiny. And that this tractor would just eat up in a second. Now, I don't believe Field 48 is a field we've done yet. So let's come over here and have a look. Yeah, this is a new field to us, I believe. Oh, no, actually, it isn't. We have done this field before. Let's bring this over. Unfold this. We approached it, though, from the other side last time. I'm just going to reverse that up a little bit. Switch back to the front one. Turn that on. Does this... I think this Class Sirion, does this not have a front PTO? Yeah, that's not going to start. Let's have a look. Turn on mower. That's not starting. Try it again. And go. Oh. That won't start. Okay, let's fold it up. I think we lack a front PTO on this tractor. That would be quite something. Let's detach the hoses, move it back. And let's have a look at the front of this tractor. Yeah, look at that. There is no front PTO on this. And therefore, this won't work because it does need a front PTO. You can see it at the back there. So, we can't actually use this mowing setup with this, I don't think. And I don't know what the power requirement for this is. Let's have a look. Power requirements for this is 250 horsepower. We have nothing else that will pull that. So that is... that gives me an idea, I think. We are going to go and grab the G-Series. Know what you're thinking. VF, this isn't going to work. You already know you don't have enough power to run these mowers with this. And you're right, we don't. Now, I kind of had two options. One was to stick this mower on the front of our G-Series here. And then stick the tedder on the back and do the mowing and the tedding at the same time. Or do something a little bit different and have a tandem set up with our tractors. That means that the front mowing gets done by, or the side bits get done by our big tractor, and then the back bits, and then the center bit behind this big tractor gets done by the G-Series. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's see if we can hook this up. There we go. Turn it on. Drop it down. And then, yep, we will set everything based on this. Like so. Now that is not mowing on one side. Why? Am I too far out of the field on that side? It's very possible. I want to get this in the right place. Make sure that we're mowing everything we can. It seems like it doesn't want to do that edge for some odd reason. Which is very weird. But now what I can do, and it did mow a little bit up the top here, so maybe it is just an overlap with the field's edge. Let's bring this in. We will unfold this. Turn it on. Drop it down. We can see how well, yeah. We're fairly far off the field by the looks of things. Yeah. That's all right. Follow that. We have somebody doing it. Perfect. Right. Let's see if we can get this to work. So we've gone around the field once, and it looks like my little G-Series is doing a fine job of clearing up this line we've got down the middle that we're leaving behind us. And this tractor here is doing a grand job of cutting the lion's share of it in the first place. And you can see, actually, that it's not having too much of a trouble following in the line of where we are, the G-Series. So I'm quite happy with that. It is getting a little bit far behind, so I want to be careful of how far behind it gets. But it looks like it's going to be able to clear up this field, and we should do okay. Fantastic news, that is, because it's going to speed up the whole process of getting these fields done. Part of the reason why I went for this tractor and this setup was because I wanted to try it out, and it's good to know actually that it's not such a great setup with this tractor to use these mowers because of that front PTO issue. And I'm also very pleased to see manual attach not let me connect when I don't have a front PTO, and not let me use tractors that that don't have a front PTO with PTO equipment. That is absolutely fantastic. Fortunately, it looks like my mowing tractor, my little G-Series, got a little bit too far behind. I think its auto, or its cruise control was set a little bit low. So I've upped the cruise control to its, well, we'll have it up to its maximum of 26. And hopefully then it'll be able to keep up once I've got the other tractor, or once we've caught up to where the other tractor is. But it is, yeah, it's perfectly wide. It's doing the job, and it's going to mean that we get through these fields quite quickly, which is great news. And yeah, then we just need to get them tedded. I'm wondering if we can get this doing the tedding and then come in behind with the windrower. Or I've got a better idea. We'll get this tedding, we'll go ted round these fields, and then we can use both tractors to do the windrowing and the baling. The windrower won't require a huge amount of horsepower, so we can put the G-Series Valtra on it, and we can then run the big class tractor with the baler running behind. That is coming along very nicely now. We are just eating up the rows, and this tractor is beautifully maneuverable, and the little G-Series behind it is not having a huge amount of problems. But yeah, look at that. That is just, it's like a ballet with these two tractors going along here, and with that G-Series just cleaning up behind it. Last couple of rows on here. There goes the G-Series cleaning up the middle bit. But yeah, this has just eaten up the grass between here. We've got to go and do field 37 after this and clear that off. But yeah, field 48 is all but cut, with just this tiny little bit left in the corner here. And I probably could get the other tractor just to follow me to the next field. But what I don't want to do is leave it with its mower down going along the road. That would not be realistic. So yeah, we'll just wait for that to come. We are gonna drop and fold this up, and yeah, just wait for that to finish off. G-Series is just coming around and finishing. There we go. So we'll take control, take the hired worker off, turn it off, lift it and fold it, and then put the follow me back on. And now we can head off and over to field 37, which is over this way. Now, 37 is a field we haven't done before. It's just the other side of these trees here. Yeah, oh wow. I can see why we got such a big piece of kit to work on it. So let's bring this in here, unfold this, get ourselves in position. Like so. No. Turn it on, drop it down. Perfect. And then we will take the hide worker off this, unfold this, and get it fairly close so that we're not too far behind with it. Turn it on, put it down, and follow. Yep, we're all good. We're all ready to go. Time to get our second field of the day cut, and it's not even midday yet. Like with the last field, what I'm going to do here is do a couple of headlands, give myself some space, and then we will set up the GPS to go up the field. Longest edge. I was going to say it's a bit of a tough choice on this field. But I think longest edge might be going this way, or it might be heading up along the road the other way. So the last row we did over there. So I think we're going to have to be very careful of exactly where we do the setup. It seems 130 along here, though, would be a fairly good angle to do our GPS at. So yeah, maybe we'll start on this side and work our way across the field. We'll give us slightly shorter rows, I think, but we'll see how it goes. It has missed the G series a couple of little bits coming around this corner here, interestingly. I wonder why. What I'm going to do is swing out and grab that there like that, and then we can swing back in. And that actually tells me exactly which way I want to do my setup. We are gonna go along the edge that we're about to go down, actually. So what I do is we'll swing this around here, make sure we capture all that. Oh, squeeze round, and then I can do swing that round there, and yeah, we will we'll run across here. I think we'll run at this angle here. So this is 255 is the angle I'm going to try and go across the field at. And we'll see if we can line ourselves up for that. I think that is the best angle for us to cut at. And should work out fairly well for us. What I do need to do is just swing around here. And, I don't know. I think we might be better off going up here like this, you know? I think that is going to be a much better angle to set ourselves up at. So, let's get ourselves in the right place. Try and miss as little grass as possible. I said 130. Yep, 130 is exactly the angle we're going to go at. Set it up. Move forward, and yeah, I could go and do a set angle, but I kind of like doing it this way, and away we go. And yeah, we are going to have a little bit of clear up at the edge there to do. I'm just going to swing back and grab that, I think, but then after that the field should be fairly good. We are absolutely demolishing this field now. The G series is doing a great job of clearing up, as it has been the whole way through this. And yeah, this class is doing the rest of it, just sort of knocking everything out other than the middle row that it can't because of its lack of PTO. And I am finding that I'm having to reverse up a bit and avoid the trees every so often. But we're doing all right as far as that's concerned. And I've managed to clear up all the stuff that's been missed on the edge as we've been going as well, which has been quite useful. It is just, yeah, a case now of going on until this field is complete. And maybe, if we're lucky, then we'll be able to get this field tedded, or these two fields tedded today as well. Before getting them rowed and baled, probably next game day. But we're now We're now heading more towards getting our final harvest of grapes done on here, and seeing if we can get those turned into grape juice. But oh no, that is going to be a big question. How much is our grape harvest going to be worth? This does not move nicely. Where are you going? I don't know where that's going. Wherever it's going, I know it's still missed. I think that's fallen. Yeah, that's fallen so far behind. I'm going to have to go and finish these strips off myself. But the field itself, we're fairly good. In fact, I might just run over them with this and complete it. I think that is going to be easier, although not overly realistic. So we'll park this here and we'll get the rest of this field cleaned up using the G series. It is a little bit weighty, this mower on the front, but it's not completely pulling the tractor off the ground, so that's all good. First up, drop down. And yeah, we can clear all this up fairly quickly now. Last little bit, cleared up and done. And turn this off, fold it up, and just bring it at the front here, because what I'll do is get the class to follow us back. There we go. You have to hold follow me long enough for it to register you actually want to do it. But hopefully, yeah, that should follow us now. And if we head out to the road, I think the most efficient way back... I don't know, actually. Which is the most efficient way back to the shop from here? Oh, that way, I think. Yep. Down by 35 and across. So let's head back up to the shop and get these mowers dropped off. That's actually a pretty direct route coming the way we did. So, yeah, going to have to head back that way, I think, and go out there. But we have a whole load of stuff over here. So I'm going to drop this lot off down here. Drop that down. Drop that there. Let's stop the class following. So we'll take the hired worker off that. And then... we can reverse this up here and just hook on to the tether. Yeah. Which is a fairly big one, but isn't the full width, I don't think. It wouldn't matter if it had been. Well, I suppose if it had been, what we could have done is put the tether on the back and the mower on the front. So, yeah, that possibly would have worked. As it is, I think we're all right. Let's get this parked up over here, so that we can drop this mower off the back. God, the steering axle on these mowers is slightly annoying. But there we go. And then we'll hook this up to the baler for next time. And we will go up to the fields and get them tethered this time, ready to do the windrowing next time. So... off to field 48. Let's go and get this job done. There is a distinct possibility that this tether is a lot wider than I actually thought it was. I should have checked it. And I bet the moment I unfold this and line it up, I'm going to see that it goes the whole way across. Actually, I'm not sure it does. I think my initial... thoughts might be okay. Yeah, that's not going the full way across all 5 rows of this, is it? That's that does 4 at best. So yeah, we're okay. It would never have done the full thing or sped this all up. We'd have always missed something. Yeah, if you look, this is the middle row that we're on at the moment. It would have missed the 2 outer rows of this. So that's absolutely fine. Ooh, I've not gone the wrong way and made a big mistake yet again. One downside to getting all of my feed for my sheep from contracts is that I end up getting I end up doing a varying shape of bales for what I do. I could go and take my own round bale around here, and we do have one, and bale it up that way, but we'd have a tricky time getting it transported, and yeah, at the end of the day, it would cause us more problems than it solves, rather than just using the contract baler, which is in this case a nice square one, which will then give us it also gives us a good transport mechanism for it as well, and means that we end up taking less time collecting the bales off it, especially a whole set of round bales. It makes much more sense to use the equipment we've got, and yes, it gives us a variety of bales, but that's not a huge problem. Also allows us to tell which of our bales are the oldest and which are the newest, so getting rid of those older ones first is easier to follow. 3 trips around the headlands almost done, and then we can just head up and down on the nice GPS cut rows, and yeah, makes things nice and easy to clearing this off. And we've got a little bit less space to do because, of course, it does 4 rows and we only had 2 rows left on those last ones. And yeah, look, straight down and nice and easy, and we'll get this finished fairly quickly now. Yeah, probably go for another hour in the day here, and I think that will allow us to get certainly this field finished, if not the other one as well. Not far to go, and yeah, it's 20 past 5, so I think we're not going to get beyond this field today. That's not the end of the world, though. We have plenty of time to get the next field done, and in fact, yeah, what we'll do is we'll get the other field tethered the beginning of next time, and then we'll go round with our baler and our windrower, get those all rowed up and baled, and it'll be a very simple thing of just running around our fields and picking up bales and completing the contract. So there's not a huge amount to work to do, especially considering we were mucking about up at the farm a little bit at the start of today. So yeah, 4 rows to go. This should get all 4 of these in, especially if I position myself right. Tiny little bit at the edge. There we go. So much easier with GPS. Really is. But I don't have it on this tractor. We put it on the Kubota. We didn't put it on the G Series, because the idea was not that we were going to need it on the G Series, but it's kind of becoming more and more necessary on more and more tractors. We do have the money to do it, and it would be paid for by completing these contracts. But at this point, I don't think it's necessary. We are done on this field pretty much, other than this small patch here. I think there's a couple of small patches around the field, so I might go and clear those off quickly. But that is a pretty good place for us to end today. So we'll get these finished off next time, and get these contracts done and dusted. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.